Netflix stock is up more than 15% in the last 3 months, almost 100% year to date, almost 150% in 1 year, and up over 1000% in the last 5 years. What's up everybody, my name is Ale and welcome to my world of finance. Today we're going to be reviewing Netflix stock and we're going to try to determine whether it is still a buy at these ridiculous prices. So grab a chair, grab a soda or maybe a healthy glass of water, sit back, relax, and let's talk all about Netflix stock.
Well folks, it's time to kick it old school, so you can feel cool. Yeah.
Alright, now before we begin, let me just give you the results for Ale's World Consensus for the last Snapchat stock review video. So 10 of you voted, 20% of you were bullish on Snapchat stock, 50% of you were bearish, and then 30% of you were neutral. Now don't forget to leave a comment down in this video whether you are bullish, bearish, or neutral on Netflix stock, and I'll have the results for you in an upcoming video. Okay, now let's talk about Netflix. So we'll start with the company and the business and what they do, then we'll go to the positives, we'll go through some of the negatives, and then at the end I'll give a conclusion and I'll give my overall opinion. So starting with the business, what Netflix does basically for the last decade, they've been the major player and the biggest driving force behind online streaming. And so they've really been one of the biggest reasons for that whole cord cutting movement. And to be honest with you, anytime I go to any of my friends' houses these days, basically none of them have cable TV anymore. It's basically gone and it's all online streaming, and it's usually Netflix. Now as of today, if you were to sign up for Netflix streaming, you would choose one of 3 different pricing options: basic, regular, and premium. Now basic goes for $7.99. It allows 1 user and no HD content, which by the way, I can't really imagine in 2018 anybody watching non-HD content, but I guess that is an option. Another option is regular, and that goes for $11.99. It allows 2 users and HD content. And then you have premium at $13.99, which has ultra HD, 4K content, and it allows 4 users to use it. Okay, now starting with the pros, I think Netflix does a great job of being pro-consumer, very consumer friendly. You know exactly what you're getting, you get it all in one place, it's very easy to understand, it's not confusing. You do have 3 different pricing options, but I still consider that to be pro-consumer because it's just the right amount of choice. You pick what you can afford, and then you get all your content. It's still unlimited watching regardless of the pricing option that you choose, and you get all that content in one place. Whether you download the app on your TV, on your Xbox, your PlayStation, your cell phone, your Roku device, whatever the case is, you have all that content in one place. It's very easy to understand, one simple platform. Now you look at something like Disney, and when they take over Fox, they'll have 60% of Hulu, and so they'll have majority share. And you hear rumors about them splitting up their content between Hulu and their other whatever other Disney streaming service that they offer, and that has the potential to be confusing. Now it may not be, it may work and it may be a success, but it does have the potential to be a little confusing. And you have to remember that this online streaming market is very large. You're going to attract all kinds of people, so I think it's best to make it very easy to understand so that you can, basically cast out the widest net and bring in as many people as you can. Netflix does a great job. Simple, easy to understand, pick your price, you get all your content in one place. And you have to remember, Netflix is basically going up against some huge giants. I mean, you're talking about Amazon. Like who wants to go up against Amazon, right? Everybody loses against Amazon. So you're going up against Amazon, you're going up against, Disney in the not too distant future, all these other giant corporations that are going to flood the market as well. Everybody wants a piece of the online streaming market. So you can't afford to lose any of your subscribers or any of your dominance. Luckily, Netflix is dominating, and it's been dominating, for the past decade. So when we talk about their user base, we're talking about over 117 million subscribers reported at the end of last year, and that was a 25% increase from the year prior. You're seeing growth kind of slow down domestically, but internationally they are increasing. And when you look at revenue I think increased, I think it was over 33% in the last year as well. So you are seeing a lot of growth from Netflix, and I think they need to sustain that if they're going to maintain this lead against these giant corporations. But that dominance unfortunately brings me to the cons and some of the things that I'm worried about with Netflix. Now, we talked about that dominance, over 117 million users. It's probably a lot bigger by now too, and I'm left feeling like Netflix has a lot to lose. They've been dominating the market for the past decade, And you look at a competitor like Disney, who hasn't really entered the online streaming market yet. Yes, they do have 30% of Hulu, but they haven't really done much else yet in terms of launching their own Disney streaming platform and all that. And you compare the two, and it's no secret that Disney is my second largest stock. So maybe I'm a little biased, but you take that bias aside and you ask yourself, which stock would I rather have? Hulu is at almost $400 a share. They're up almost 100% year to date. Disney is actually down year to date. So Disney has actually gone down in share price year to date compared to Hulu, which has gone up almost 100%. So I feel that a lot of that growth is actually already priced into Netflix shares, and I feel like they have a lot to lose while other corporations have a lot to gain. And I'm not trying to sound overly bearish on Netflix, but I'm just saying that there's a lot of other options out there and a lot of huge corporations coming into the market. You look at something like Amazon, over 100 million Prime members, and Amazon Prime membership is probably very similar in terms of price compared to Netflix membership. And with Amazon, you get all the Prime benefits, and you also get online video streaming included for free. So I'm just saying there's a lot of competition out there, and I think there's a lot of room for Netflix to kind of lose some of that growth and lose some of that market share, and maybe some of these other corporations gain a lot of market share. Now internationally, that could be a different story. There's a lot of international markets that we still need to tap into, but still overall there's going to be a lot of competition here. Now that isn't to say that I don't think Netflix will continue to win or dominate the space. I definitely think that they're doing all the right things. They have a clear message to the consumer. They have a simple business strategy. They're also investing in original content to keep people coming back. Although investing in original content has come at the cost of around $2 billion in negative free cash flow last year, and it's projected to be around $3 to $4 billion this year. So there's a cost to that as well that a lot of investors are concerned about. But either way, I think that people who are already signed up for Netflix, I can't really imagine them leaving Netflix. If anything, I think that they would probably sign up for multiple streaming platforms, because Netflix is not too expensive to the point where I think they would have to cancel it just to get some other service, right? You're talking about around $10, something else comes for around $10, you'll probably just sign up for both. The concern I have is how much can they grow? How much can they still grow? Obviously, internationally is probably where they're gonna see the most growth, but how much can they still grow? And how much of that growth is already priced into their share price? That's what I'm concerned about. You look at PE ratios, and Netflix has a PE ratio of around 250. I mean, that's massively high. You look at something like Disney, and they have one at around 14. So we ever get a stock market crash, like everybody keeps screaming about, then I think I'd rather have my money in a safer stock. Maybe Disney, but maybe an even safer stock than that as well. But who cares what I think? It matters what you think. So make sure you leave a comment down below. Are you bullish, bearish, or neutral on Netflix stock? And I'll have the results for you guys in an upcoming video. Personally, I think I'm a little bearish, but only because I think that there's better options out there, and Netflix stock is already up so much as it is that it's a little hard for me to get invested in Netflix. But anyway, let me know what you think. Make sure you're subscribed, and if you want to support the channel and see more videos like this, make sure you hit the like button. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful, beautiful day, and you take care. Bye.